Okay, today we're going to go ahead and set up our pool table. Let me start by opening up my existing balls that I have. I have one for stripe balls. I have one for solid balls. Okay, and I want to make a brand new one. So I'll go ahead and say File New, and I want it to be 800 by 400. I want to slow it down a little bit to 8. Background color, I'll put the good pool table color in there. All right. I'll fit my window in here. I have a low resolution so I can show this particular video, so I'll fit in window. Now, there's a few things we can do. I do want to have a border on this, so I could make it even larger just for grins. I think I want to put a border on the outside of this, so I want to have it maybe 820. Actually, since I want to put 20 on either side, I'll go 840 and add 40 to this to 440. So that's my new width. So then I want to put in a rectangular box. Now in that box, I don't want to have any fill, so I make it transparent. My pencil color I want to put in has maybe a brown. So I go to the web colors, and you can find your own web colors and add them in. Brown's kind of a tough little thing to find at times. It's kind of a neutral color. It's in the orange family, so these are, I'm not going to spend a lot of time getting the perfect color. And I could try something along that line and get a little darker, add that to my custom colors, and that I can just say OK. Now the border itself, I want it a little bit heavier, so I'm going to put in 10. So I should have a decent rectangle here. And that kind of gives it an OK border. Now I might have been smart to separate this layer out a little bit. Sometimes they can join each other a little bit too much, but I think we're probably OK. So as long as I know this is going to be my table. All right, it would be nicer if I have this has a an object, a symbol. So I have that to work with if I have to. All right, and I also want to put some pockets in. And I'm going to go ahead and add some pockets to this at this point. So I should be able to do that. And I'll go ahead and put in my Oval Primitive tool. On the Primitive tool this time, I want to have all the filling be black. I want to have the stroke be transparent. So, and I want my end angle to be 90 degrees. So I'll put a pocket in here. And I want the pockets to be just a little bit bigger than the ball, so make it 50 by 50. Okay, now I could have realistically put a round ball in there, a round pocket, but I'm not sure what's going to look best. For right now, I'll try this. You're welcome to try another type if you want to. Okay, I'll duplicate this a few times so that I have it for each of these. I'm going to go ahead and modify, transform, flip this guy horizontally. This one I have to go in both directions. Flip both horizontally and vertically. In this one, I just have to flip it vertically. Okay, and I should probably move this just outside of the border. Same thing with this one. I'm just using the arrows in the keyboard for smaller movements. Sometimes with the black and the light brown, it's a little bit difficult with these combination of colors to be able to tell. So, all right, I need to get some in the middle. I could just go ahead and duplicate this. And for this one, I want it to be a little bit wider. I also think it might want to be smaller. To get a more realistic side pocket, maybe it's going to be 80 by 40. Okay, just slightly smaller than the other ones. Because otherwise, it kind of looks exaggerated. It's really in truth, it's almost the same circle. I'll duplicate that, bring it over here, and I should be able to flip this horizontal. Transform, I'm sorry, it'd be flip vertical would be the way to go on it. And I've been having a little trouble getting it to work right, so I'll deal with that as it comes. There it goes. It takes a minute for it to get its act together. And then I want to line these three pieces up. And what I'll do with that, I want to make sure I just grab those and not anything else. Align top, and then I want to go ahead and distribute the width so they're equal. And I'll try the up and down to make sure I can see a little bit of space in there. That looks pretty good. All right. Try the same thing on these three. I'm holding the shift key down to grab all of them, or I can just grab them like this. As long as you get all three of them and try not to grab the border. Modify, align the bottoms. Modify, align, distribute widths. Okay, file, save as. And I'll call this pool. I've got a bunch of different versions, so this latest version, I'll say best. Okay, to separate it from the others. Okay, now I need to put a few layers in. I'll put a few extras in here. I'll need a bunch, but I'll start with just 5 or 6. Okay, I'm going to, I'll make a space to put in a rack. I won't work on it yet. And I'll make a space to put in a stick. And I want to have the cue ball. I could just call it white if that makes it easier. Then I have a 1, 2, 3. Let me add a few more layers just to get to the first few. I'm just renaming these. Now currently there's nothing inside, so you'll see you have a white dot here where they are. They're empty keyframes. All right, now I want to bring the balls in first and then do the rack and the stick, so I can do it after the fact. I don't think I have a white one made, so I'll go ahead and make a standard white ball, and that's going to be the standard tool. My fill should be white. My size should be 45 by 45. I'll try to approximate where it should be. It was in the center here. We go ahead and make sure it's 45 by 45. And especially on the white ball, we definitely got to make sure that that's a symbol. And it says graphic down here. Okay. Now if I want to center it with these two, I could try and see if it works. It doesn't always work. I want to just align these or distribute them vertically to see if it helps. Distribute the heights. It might be close to the middle. Now I'm going to keep that exact place. I think that's probably a good place to be in the middle. I could even try to put this between these two. It's not legal, but it might look nice. Modify, align, distribute widths. Now it's halfway between here and here. And I've got that on the white section. All right, let me save that latest version. And now let me start putting in some of the other balls. So I'm going to go to the solid balls and grab them one at a time. I'll copy it from here and I'll paste it in here. Now it does this little library conflict. Go ahead and say put duplicate items in a folder. That'll save us a little trouble later. I'm going to do that a bunch of times. I'm going to keep doing the same process. I'm going to cancel because I forgot something very important. I go to 2 and then I paste. And move it out of the way. Solid balls 3, copy. 3, paste, duplicate. Go up to 4, solid balls 4, copy. Pool table, paste, duplicate. Go to solid balls 5, copy. Pool table 5, paste. I'll go on 6 now. Solid balls 6, copy. Pool table, paste. I keep clicking on duplicate items. Okay. All right, I need some more. I'll go ahead and add a few more. I'm going to have a total of 15, so you can put as many as you care to. I'll try to get to all 15 right now. There's 12. There's 13. Let's add 2 more. Now you want to be careful of putting in extra layers and making sure you delete them correctly. Flash has a bad habit of keeping things in the background that you don't want. So I want to get the 7 ball I don't think I've gotten. And I forgot to make a 7 layer. I want to have the 7 layer go right below 8. Not that it's going to be on top of it, but just to keep in mind. So I'm in 7. I'll paste it in. I got my duplicate item. It has to do with the way I constructed these balls, which is why it's giving me that one command. All right, there's my first group. All right, now I'm going to start working on the stripe balls. It starts with number 9. So I have it, and I'm going to save this version. So I go to my stripe version. I find 9, copy it, paste it in. Same items keeps coming up, and I'll put it right here. Stripe 10, copy it, go to 10 and paste it in that same 10 layer. Put it over here. I can use those items to help me. Stripe balls on the 11. Go to the 11, paste it in. I'll start doing a little bit of arranging. I can put the 4 here, and I didn't put the 8 in yet, so I'll do that right now because, oh, Control Z, I put an extra piece in there. Let me go to my 8, which is empty keyframe, solid ball. The 8, this is an important ball. The 8 ball, oh, I wanted to do a Control C, not a Control V, in case I need these on another project. I've used them a couple times already. So I go to the 8 layer. It's already highlighted, paste it in, duplicate. That goes in the exact middle of everything. You never want to put the 8 ball in until the very end. Okay? And as you're racking these, generally you do an alternating system with racking a ball. Stripe, solid, etc. All right, I need a few more stripe balls. I'm up to how far? I've got keyframes up to I've got 2 number 11s, so I don't need 2 number 11s. So I'll delete this layer, and I use the right click to delete layer as far as the best way of deleting it, so it's definitely gone, I hope. Here's my number 12, copy it, go back to pool table, I'm on 12, paste it in. I'll go ahead and put it here. I'll move the, so every now and then a couple of them have to come together just mathematically, there's no way around it. Okay, I'll put the 6 down here. I'll leave room for another stripe right next to the 6. So now I need to go to the 13 ball, I believe. There's 13. Grab the 13, copy that. Pool table, paste it in on the 13th layer. I think that's a good spot for it right here. Move it down a little bit. I'll put 7 next to it. And I need the 14 and the 15. So I'll go back to my stripes, find 14, copy that. Pool table, go up to the 14th layer, paste it in. I can put it there. Once again, we could try putting the 14 here. It's a tough call at times, and I can have, yeah, I like it's, I'm going to keep the 2 here. You don't want to have all 3 of the solid balls be on your corners. So last one is a 15, copy it, go up to 15 layer, paste it in, and I'll put that in this corner. Okay, I want to line these real quick to make sure they are lined up. So I'll grab all of those. I use the shift key to grab all 5 of those. First I want to align them to the right, and then I want to distribute them, which the word they use is distribute heights. Okay? Now I could try something, but I don't think I will. I don't want to put these all together. I'd like to see how close I can get to the exact middle, but it's a little tricky. I'm going to line these 4 up Same process.